Hello and welcome. If you've ever found yourself discouraged by slow progress, overwhelmed by struggle, or waiting for fortune to come knocking, this message is for you. Today, we're going to take a journey into a timeless philosophy, a way of life rooted in strength, discipline, and self-mastery. This is not just a reflection on ancient thought. It's a practical guide for those who want to live with clarity, purpose, and inner power. What you're about to hear is not a collection of theories, but a call to action, a blueprint for those who are ready to stop waiting and start moving. Because the world moves for those who move, and the universe? It bends, not for the passive, but for the persistent. Let's begin. The universe doesn't favor those who whine or hesitate. It doesn't gift success to the ones who sit still, waiting for luck to fall into their laps. No, fortune favors the determined. Energy is never lost. It is returned, transformed by time, circumstance, and unseen forces, but always brought back to those who gave it. This law isn't one of chance, but of cause and effect. The Stoics knew this. They didn't see toil as an enemy but as an ally. They didn't fear hardship. They embraced it as the chisel that shapes character. They believed that to work hard without complaint is not to suffer meaninglessly, but to affirm one's place in the natural order. To embrace effort, even when it seems futile, is to understand that everything builds, everything counts, everything returns. Consider Lucanus, a man born into slavery. He had every reason to give up, to curse his fate, to blame the world, but he didn't. He chose another path. He studied, worked, endured, and through his perseverance, he rose, not because the world gave him favor, but because he became worthy of it. His life was his message. You don't wait for greatness. You work for it. This is the heart of our path today, to understand that perseverance is not optional. It's essential. Labor is not a punishment, but a powerful opportunity. Every drop of sweat, every second of struggle, is not merely movement, it's transformation. To truly work hard, in the Stoic sense, is to align yourself with the natural order of the world. Marcus Ardentius, a philosopher king, once wrote that just as a horse was born to run and a bee to make honey, we were born to fulfill our duty. Work isn't something we do just to survive, it's who we are. Complaining about effort is like the river resenting its flow or the sun being bitter about shining. It makes no sense. Work is how we shape ourselves. It's how we affirm our place in the world. It is the ritual of self-creation. The Stoics believed that results, while welcome, are not the measure of success. The true measure lies in the persistence, the discipline, and the willingness to keep showing up. A builder does not place one stone and expect a cathedral. A craftsman does not strike the iron once and see perfection. An athlete does not train a single day and expect a crown. True effort compounds over time. It accumulates. It reinforces character. Every action is a vote for who you are becoming. Every struggle endured without complaint is a declaration of inner strength. And it's not just about surviving difficulty, it's about thriving through it. We suffer most not from the work itself but from our resistance to it. Avoidance creates friction. Hesitation makes the burden heavier. The task is rarely the real problem, it's the story we tell ourselves about it. But when we accept labor as natural, we move freely. The current no longer pulls against us, we move with it. Our minds may tell us that life should be easier, that hardship is unfair, but those are illusions. In truth, hardship is the forge, struggle is the sculptor, and we are the stone. Discipline, endurance, and resilience, these are not optional virtues. They are essential. They are not extras for the few, they are requirements for a life of meaning. Through labor, we sharpen our minds, our wills, and our hearts. Work doesn't just change what we do, it changes who we are. Avoiding work is avoiding growth. Complaining about difficulty is forfeiting a powerful chance to become better, stronger, more alive. Think of the tree in a storm, it doesn't break. It deepens its roots. Or the mind under pressure, it becomes sharper. Struggle reveals hidden strength. To endure is not to suffer quietly, but to rise deliberately. This is the Stoic way, steady, consistent, and unshaken by temporary setbacks. We don't wait for permission. We don't beg for luck. We work. When fatigue comes, as it will, remind yourself, this is your purpose. When frustration creeps in, ask, will complaining help? If not, move forward. Don't waste energy on resentment, on wishing things were easier. Redirect that energy into movement, progress, growth, Every bit of unseen effort accumulates. Picture a great builder, laying stone after stone. Every act of discipline is a part of something bigger. Even if you don't yet see the shape of it, keep a journal, not of results, but of effort. Let the act itself be your victory. One of the most powerful truths of existence is this: energy is never wasted. Every step, every hour of honest work, every silent struggle, none of it disappears. The universe doesn't erase effort. It redirects it. Rewards don't always come on your timeline, and they don't always take the form you expect. But they come, eventually, just as the seed becomes a tree only in due season. Your work bears fruit at the right time. Many give up because they misunderstand this law. They expect results now, but greatness isn't fast. It's forged slowly. Invisible effort builds visible results. The root deepens before the tree rises. The long unseen hours of preparation are what make the victory possible. Faith in this process is what separates those who endure from those who quit too soon. Your work today, even if no one sees it, is an investment in a future that is coming. Trust it. Lucanus didn't gain wisdom in a day. His path was carved by patience, by years of study, by relentless devotion to the task. When freedom came, he kept going, teaching, growing, guiding others. His legacy wasn't luck, it was labor. And it didn't die with him. It lives on, in minds still being shaped by his example. He is proof that effort doesn't fade. It echoes. Many quit just before a breakthrough. They get discouraged by silence, by the lack of applause. But the Stoic doesn't need applause. He needs only the knowledge that his actions are aligned with his purpose. He understands that the river cuts through stone not by force, but by consistency. The stars shine not by trying, but by burning. They don't demand recognition, they simply shine. Don't measure your worth by how quickly things happen. Measure it by your dedication, by your refusal to quit. True success is not speed, it's sustainability. It's the willingness to work when there's no promise of reward. This is where real strength is built. Quietly, invisibly, steadily. It's easy to envy those who seem to have success overnight. But nothing great is built that way. The Stoic knows that his work, though slow, is enduring. He doesn't demand the world change. He changes his response to it. Control what is in your power, your actions, your mindset, your discipline. Release the rest. Too often, people give their energy to what they cannot control: opinions, fortune, circumstance. But none of these things determine who you are. You determine that. Your mind is your fortress, stronger than any outside force. Even if the body is confined, the mind remains free. Lucanus knew this. He mastered his mind before he mastered anything else. And through that mastery, he found power no chains could touch. Your thoughts shape your reality. When you focus on what is within your power, you claim your life. Most people are lost not because the world is cruel, but because they never learned to master their own reactions. They react impulsively, give in to frustration, seek approval, or collapse at the first sign of difficulty. But the Stoic remains calm, focused, and unmoved. He chooses discipline over distraction, resolve over resignation. Every difficulty is a test, every hardship, a training ground. Like a blade sharpened by resistance, the mind grows sharper with every challenge. The more you endure, the more you can endure. The more you struggle, the more you learn. And in that growth, you gain something no one can take from you: self-mastery. This path is not about comfort. It's about evolution. Growth does not come from ease, it comes from effort. Each time you persist, you build inner muscle. Each time you face fear, you strengthen courage. Every obstacle is a chance to become someone more capable than before. This is the quiet transformation of discipline. This is what separates those who live fully from those who merely exist. But this path isn't only for you. The Stoics knew that self-mastery is not selfish. It is the foundation from which we serve others. A drowning man cannot save another. A leader who hasn't endured cannot lead wisely. A strong foundation makes you someone others can rely on. Your discipline becomes an anchor for your family, your friends, your community. Building yourself is not vanity, it's responsibility. You grow so that you can give. You strengthen your mind so you can guide others through the storm. You become resilient, not just for yourself, but so you can lift others without being pulled under. The more you develop, the more power you have to offer, not in words, but in presence. True leadership is earned through effort. The struggles you overcome become the wisdom you pass on. The discipline you develop becomes the standard others rise to meet. Your scars become a roadmap for those still lost. And that's the point. Self-mastery isn't the destination. It's the beginning. From that place, you contribute with clarity, with integrity, and with strength. Adversity is not the enemy. It is the catalyst. It invites you to rise, to sharpen, to grow. No one becomes great without it. No blade becomes strong without fire. As Senion, another Stoic voice, once wrote, "Difficulty strengthens the mind as labor strengthens the body." The untested life is fragile. The tested life is formidable. And every challenge you face is refining you. Each obstacle is shaping you into someone more prepared for what comes next. The world doesn't owe you ease. It offers you training. And when you embrace that, when you stop running from hardship and start using it, you step into your power. This is the Stoic's advantage, his refusal to quit, his ability to act, regardless of circumstance, his faith, not in luck, but in the process, because he knows that energy given is never lost. It is always returned. The Stoic works not for applause, but because work is who he is. He moves forward not for reward, but because the act of movement is enough. He does not fear failure, because he knows every failure is a lesson, a redirection, a chance to get stronger. He sees every setback not as punishment, but as preparation. Even pain becomes a teacher. And through it all, he remains emotionally steady. This doesn't mean emotionless, it means governed. He observes his emotions, questions them, and redirects them. He doesn't lash out in anger. He doesn't drown in despair. He uses emotion as fuel. His actions are measured, his thoughts clear, because to control your emotions is to control your future. Finally, the Stoic detaches from results. He works without expectation. He lives without fear. He doesn't need immediate proof that it's working. He knows the harvest comes after the tending. And because he no longer needs success today, he has the freedom to grow into the person who will inevitably succeed tomorrow. In the end, this is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's not about brilliance. It's about consistency. Each day you show up, you build something powerful. Not a life of ease, but a life of substance. Not a life of comfort, but one of character. This is your invitation, not just to hear, but to live differently, to walk the path, to move with purpose, to work with discipline, to endure with strength. The world moves for those who move, and those who persevere, quietly, steadily, daily, shape their destiny. Thank you for listening, and for walking this path alongside others who choose strength over ease, discipline over chaos, and growth over comfort. Keep moving forward, keep working hard, and above all, never stop becoming. Goodbye, and until next time.